Yo, yo, yo. It's Thursday. It's during the week. I think it's like the 26th. Yeah, I'm just on the way to the dentist. Yeah, I like to talk on these now because it's like I feel like it warms me up socially. It definitely warms me up socially to be able to like say shit. Because I feel like it's weird. A lot of times, like I just don't really say shit to nobody. So I mean, whatever. But that's some usual shit. But anyway. But yeah, it's like last night I got fucking pulled over by some prick ass cop. I was on my way home, and because I was trying to pick up my brother. And hold on a second. Anyway, yeah, I got off work, and I was gonna go to the gym, but I wanted to see if my brother could go because since I'm off today on a Thursday, I was like, fuck it, let's go at night. Which I fucking seatbelt. Which I never go at night, just because I used to do night all the time, but recently I just been liking having more of a morning routine instead of it being, doing everything at night and then waking up late in the mornings. Because even in the mornings, man, I still gotta wash my face. I still gotta get ready, and I still gotta do a whole bunch of shit. So it's, it's just nicer to do shit in the morning. So I was like, okay, I'll come pick him up. So I'm on my way home to pick him up so we can go to the gym. And I take the route that I never really take because there's always cops along the road and whatever. And I was like, I was feeling good that night too, well, not that night, I was feeling good yesterday too. And, yeah, it was like, I'm going down the road, and I see, like, 3 cops stopped along the side of the road, and I'm like, okay, that's weird, I guess somebody got pulled over, because, there's 3 cops, there's, like, 2 on my side of the road, and then on the opposite side of the road, there's Georgia State Patrol with their lights on. I'm like, I guess they pulled someone over or something, so, I was like, I don't know, whatever. So I slow down and I move into the right lane because since they're on the left, whatever. And this fucking... And I pass by the cops, and I'm kind of looking at the cops, I'm like, I don't see anybody pulled over. And I'm like, whatever. So, I passed by them and it's whatever. And all of a sudden the cop goes... and fucking pulls out. And, does a whole burnout. Not really, but, basically does a fucking burnout to catch up to me. And I thought he was like, trying to go up ahead of me to get somebody else. But, so I turn my hazard lights on and I try to move over to the lane, but he kind of like swerves like this and he turns with me and I'm like, oh shit, did I like block him? Because I thought he was trying to get into the turn lane. Like I was trying to like, I was trying to like get out of his way. So I thought he was getting into the turn lane, so I go back into the driving lane and I'm like, oh shit, he's pulling me over, fuck. So I was like, okay, so I slow down and I turn my overhead lights on so they can see inside the car and shit. I'm like, whatever. Oh my god, this guy's going slow as fuck. Yeah, nice blinker. Yeah, make sure you turn first and come to a complete stop before putting your blinker on. Don't let anybody know behind you that you're turning. Fuck it. Why would you? Anyway, and I'm like, shit. So I get pulled over and he's like, oh, good afternoon. He's like saying. He said something about running a light, and I was like, you ran, like, something like you ran a light or something like that. I was like, a light? I ran a light? What do you mean I ran a light? And he's like, yeah, the light was out back there. And I was like, the fuck? I was like, oh, I didn't know. I didn't see it. And he's like, well, yeah, well, basically that's the same thing as blowing a stop sign. It's like if you just ran, he's like, you don't think it's a good idea to slow down? I was like, I slowed down, I slowed down and got into the other lane because, the get over law. He's like, what do you mean? I was like, well, I got over because, you guys are pulled over on the side of the road and, the move over law for, moving over. And he's like, oh, you already moved over. You can't move over any more than that. And I was like, what? I was like, nah, man, I was just saying that I was moving over for y'all. Like, I didn't see the light. I was paying attention to, moving over and I was trying to see what was going on. And he's like, all right, you got a license? I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. And I give it to him. He comes back after like 30 minutes, wasting my night. And he was like, okay, so I'm going to give you a ticket for failure to yield. And I was like, the fuck? And he's like, well, yeah, well, how many times have you come over down, I think he said 92 or whatever. I was like, or whatever road it was. I was like, dude, the light was out, you know? He's like, well, I was like, how am I supposed to see it? The light was out. And he's like, well, I mean, how many times have you come down this road? And I'm like, how am I supposed to see? If the light's out, how am I supposed to see something I can't see? The light's out. How am I supposed to see it? Like, yeah, they were stopped there. But, I mean, when you see, like, a bunch of, like, with the fucking lights, you're kind of looking over there. You're like, you're trying to see, like, what's happening? Are they going to pull out? Let me make sure I'm good. I don't run over anybody or whatever, right? I mean, it's nothing crazy. And so he gave me the ticket, and he's like, yeah, well, yeah, blah, 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 this and that. And I was like, this is fucking bullshit. The light there's no street lights. When you're going down this road, it's dark as fuck as it is. And it's not only that, but it's dark. There's no street lights on that road. None. And on top of that, the power's out for the whole block. When you go further down the road, near this gas station that's there, the power's out there. The power's knocked out in that whole block. So I'm like, how am I supposed to see anything? Especially the only thing I can see is bright blue lights from 3 cop cars. And I'm like, I slow down. I'm like, whatever. He's like, well, you admitted you weren't paying attention because, you didn't see the light. And I was like, dude, I didn't say that. I was just saying that I wasn't paying attention to, the light that was out because I can't see it. How am I supposed to see it? I was paying attention to moving over and slowing down and staying safe. I was like, that's what I was paying attention to. I was still like, I know what I was doing. So, I was like, this is bullshit, man. He gave me the ticket, and then he even, agreed. He's like, I was like, how am I supposed to see something I can't see? And he's like, yeah. And then he leaves. I was like, what the fuck? So now my insurance is they're probably going to shoot up. I have a court date in August now. All because, this is why I never take the routes with the cops, man. I always avoid the least amount of cops possible. I always try to avoid the cops as much as possible is what I'm trying to say. I take a route that even takes me longer to get home so that I can avoid the cops. So, after getting pulled over and fucked over, I'm just like, damn, bro. I'm fucked over now. Now my insurance is fucked. Thanks a lot. My God, already going 40 miles an hour, dude. I was pissed, man. I'm on the way home. I was like, punching the fuck out of my steering wheel. And I crashed the fuck out in my house, dude. I destroyed a lot of shit. Woke people up. I woke up my neighbors, too. I didn't even mean to, but I was pissed, bro. Because it's like, I was furious. And I went to the gym, too, to let it all out, bro. And that was a crazy session. I was having, a fucking, a Batman lift, and I got it all out. It was nice, but, dude, it really pissed me off getting fucked over by... it's always wrong, man. And most people, by the way, they were blowing past the light. So it's like, when you see other cars doing something and you copy exactly what the other cars are doing, you think it's okay. If they all came to a screeching halt and then went, I would have done the same thing. But it's like, the cars weren't doing that. I had my glasses on and everything. So, I mean, I don't know, bro. It's some bullshit, but... I don't know. I think that's fucked up. That's fucked. That's definitely fucked up. But, yeah, I went in, I had a little gym moment, stayed up till 4:30 because I still had to get my calories in and shit like that. I made a burger and then I went to bed. Around 4:30, woke up and, whole morning routine was fucked up and whatever, but, here I am. I didn't eat breakfast this morning, which is horrible, but, what are you gonna do? Yeah. And it is what it is. Yeah, that shit pissed me off. Yeah, I hate the police so much, bro. They actually just, it's like, oh wow, you really saved the day with that one. There's nobody on the road. It's like, you guys need to direct traffic better. That's the problem. The problem is not that I didn't stop or I didn't do whatever, this and that. It's that you guys don't know how to operate a fucking road. There was nothing indicating that the light was out. It's dark. You know what I'm saying? And who has every single light ever memorized? Nobody. That's who. It's ridiculous. But anyway, Yeah, I'm gonna, I have, hold on. Yeah, my weight is 125. I didn't weigh myself this morning, but I weighed myself a few days ago. And I've been like at a consistent like 124, 125. And, yeah. Yeah, it's been around that weight. I'm still trying to gain weight. You know, I've been in the gym, my lifts are going up, I'm getting stronger every week, so that's probably just like a recomp thing, like on my body fat. My body fat's going down, and I'm still building muscle and shit, so it's probably just like a little recomp thing that's going on. So, but yeah, I was doing 2,100 calories for about a month or two, and I was bumping it up now to about 2,400, which is kind of the old bulk I was at before. So yeah, I'm eating that every day, getting my protein in, same old shit, you know, we're in the body weight. Yeah, I made some pesto pasta, but it was by this guy that had, it was a recipe from this guy that has like a British accent. It's like, you know, what do you expect, man, you know? Getting food made by a guy that's British and shit, it's stupid. You know, obviously the shit's not really going to be seasoned right. You know, the chicken's going to be gray and whatever. You know, it's the recipe just, everything, it just tasted like plastic, man. Like the whole recipe. Yeah, it just tastes like plastic. It's not bad. The pesto's good, and I've made good pesto pasta before. But my God, man, it's just the way that this one was, it just tasted like plastic. So I ended up just not eating it. I skipped eating it like 2 days in a row, so I'm probably just going to end up throwing it away because, dude, it tastes terrible. I hate to waste money in chicken and noodles and whatever, but, dude, it was not it. I used a lot of cheese and shit like that and everything, so that's rough. But, I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, I'm planning on my weight going up. I'm still going to bulk for a little while. You know, feeling great being in the gym, lifting, and, you know, doing whatever. I had a little bit more cigarettes than I was supposed to recently. Not even supposed to. Like, I didn't smoke for the past, like, 3 months. And then, you know, it's just been a rough couple of days, so I had about 3 cigarettes in the past, you know, 2 days. But I'm not having any today, and I'm not having any time soon either, so that's nice. But, yeah, it's when you don't have it all the time, you know, it doesn't really affect you as much as it does when you're just constantly doing it, so. But, yeah, it's still, I'm not trying to get fluid extracted out of my lungs at the age of 25, so. You know, there's that, but other than that, everything's been good. You know, I'm just, you know, keeping it together. My hygiene's just been a lot better, taking care of myself. It's more of a lifestyle now to do that. You know, especially, like, it's so crazy. Like, before I go to work, I can't go to work dusty. I can't go anywhere dusty. You know, I have to just, you know, take care of myself now because it's just part of the morning. It's kind of like, you know, I have to eat breakfast, right? I have to brush my teeth, you know, it's like I have to take care of myself. You know, fucking hell. Whoa. What is that smell? What the fuck? It smelled like horrendously tarnished metal and differential fluid. Which differential fluid just smells like nickels and pussy. So that's terrible. Like wet nickels. That shit's terrible, bro. But yeah, that's gone. I don't know what the fuck that was. I guess somebody was leaking dick fluid or something, but yeah, I'm gonna get my AC fixed pretty soon. You know, I have to have my windows down at all times. Dude, there was a massive heat wave recently. Like it felt like it was 110 degrees outside. It was horrible. Never again do I want a heat wave like that, dude. It was literally like 95 degrees outside. It's horrible, and it was extremely humid on top of that. Just to make it worse. Of course, traffic, why not? Fuck it. Fuck it, traffic. I mean, yeah, that's basically it for the updates on life and shit like that, you know. I am starting to fill in a little more with, you know, going to the gym and shit like that. You know, I'm filling in. My arms are looking bigger. I haven't got to weigh my arms. I haven't got to measure my arms. I had measurements like a long time ago where I measured my arms to see what it was before I started lifting. I think it was like 11 inches. Yeah, and I think I gained about like an inch on my fucking biceps, dude, or like on my arms, an inch. Because now I'm at like 12 and something. So it's probably like either half an inch or a full inch and some more, something like that. I didn't really get to, because I had a picture of it. I swear I had a picture, but I couldn't find it. But I do remember it was like 11, I think. Come on, bro. Y'all are stupid. I hate people, the way people drive here. Come on, bro. But yeah, that's that. You know, I'm filling out. You know. Yeah, just living life. I guess after work today, I'm gonna, well, obviously I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna go to the gym. I might start making more meals again. I might, or either that or just meal prep a little bit, or like, I'll prep for meal prep. I'll come up with some shit to eat. And yeah, that'll be my day. Just do that. Go to the gym. Shit like that. Take care of some business. I got some clothes that I need to hang up and fold and stuff like that, so I might end up doing that. Just taking care of some small stuff. You know, cleaning up. You know, type shit. You know? But yeah, I'm basically almost here to the dentist office now. You know, I think my mom was saying the receptionist was like, you know, saying that she was cute, you know, no homo, but she's like, oh, she's really nice, and you know, all this kind of stuff, so I don't know. I might holler at her. Might have to talk to her. Yeah, I definitely think I'm looking a lot better than I used to. I think I had a decent glow up, man. You know, hair's looking good. You know, a whole bunch of shit. I think I'm looking pretty good. I'm loving having these. These are just my favorite thing. I've always wanted these since I was younger. I think when I was younger, I saw like I saw some band that had it. This guy, he was wearing like a white T-shirt and he was wearing these with it, and I think he just had like tattoos or whatever. It was like super simple. I was like, oh, that's my shit. So I've always like wanted to dress like that, and I was like, oh shit, you know, there's a guy that actually has earrings, which isn't weird, but there's been a thing in like since I was younger, like if you have an earring as a guy, it's like kind of gay, I guess, or whatever, and you might look gay. Especially since I don't look very like, you know, masculine or whatever. But I mean, at least I used to think that. I think I look cool now. But before, I'm talking like when I was like 10 or 15. You know, I mean, obviously you don't look the most masculine because you're fucking basically prepubescent as fuck. I'm about to get in this lane, bro. I can't stand this traffic. Yeah. Upgrading on my style. Just making it happen. Yeah, I'm definitely hungry as fuck, but you know, what it is. Yeah, I think the band that I was talking about that had that, I think it was 5 Seconds of Summer. I think that's what it was. It might have been. Yeah, it's pretty much it. I think I'm going to end the video just because, you know, not much else to talk about. I'm kind of hungry, so I'm not, like, you know, super talkative right now because I'm low energy, so, you know, that's pretty much that, you know. I'm going to try to make the videos more often and post them and shit like that. You know, whether it's just bullshit or weirdo talks or whatever, I don't know. I'm going to figure it out. Shaking is insane, bro. Yeah, that's it.